welcome back to my channel. As you can see, it's sort of dark outside. It's like 6 something. I actually just wanted to read something to you. And so yeah, let me just jump right into it. This is called "Why You Should Not Commit Suicide." Do you hear me? Yeah, this is why you should not commit suicide. So many people would tell you that committing suicide is a terrible thing. They will tell you that you are selfish for leaving your loved ones with broken hearts, unanswered questions, and a hefty bill for your funeral costs. And so, God forbid if you decided to shoot yourself, poison yourself, or anything messy for that matter, because then not only would your loved ones have to deal with all of that, they would have to they may find themselves trying to prove that it was indeed a suicide and not a murder staged as one. That last point really gets to me. If I die by my own hand, would that make my loved ones prime suspects? So I thought if I was going to die, I would do it far from home. I would check myself into a hospital and do it there. I would be okay because doctors have seen dead bodies every day. I would make it look natural, find a way to bring on a heart attack, inject my veins with fizzy Sprite or lemonade, sending a ton of bubbles straight to my heart. And I could think of so many ways to go. My loved ones have my loved ones wouldn't have the burden of finding me, and I could do it at a hotel, but you can't be 100% sure that your body will be found. At least if I did it in a hospital, I wouldn't care who found me because nobody in the hospital is relevant in my life. The doctors and nurses have seen a ton of dead bodies. They will sleep just fine if they found one more. Also, I'd like to I'd like to save money for my family. I would not want them to spend a pound on my funeral because the truth is, I don't think many people would come. The thing is, people never really took the opportunity to get to know me while I was alive. So why pay? So why pay all that money? One thing that I do not want though, I do not want to be cremated. I want to be buried. The thought of hell scares me, but heaven scares me more. If I want to, if I went up to heaven, would my emotional trauma come with me? Do we just spend all of eternity, sorry, do we spend all of eternity telling God how great He is? That sounds like hell to me. My perfect idea of the after, sorry, my throat. Yeah, my perfect idea of the afterlife is death. The perfect, the perfect idea of afterlife is having the longest sleep ever and not waking up. No problems, no waking up at all, no looking over the one who I have been obsessed with forever. No emotional burdens, just darkness with no light and the most comfortable bed ever. And a century I will wake up, and in a century I will wake up and reunite with my family and do fun things like picnics. It would be Christmas whenever we want it to be, and it'll be hot summers all day long. These are the thoughts I have when I think about suicide. By now you're probably wondering why I named this "Why You Should Not Commit Suicide" and why you should commit suicide. I decided to write this to myself. I watched Maid on Netflix with my mum, and then when it all finished, I wanted to die. There are a million people who would relate to Alex, and it's totally relatable. When I talk about my situation though, Not many people has a clue about what I am talking about. It is unrelatable. They say you don't control who you love, but what they don't tell you is that not only do you not have control over who you love, but you have no control over who you become obsessed with or how long it lasts. I was obsessed and I done some online stalking. I sent her messages about how I feel. She had already told me she does not feel the same, and so I asked if we could be friends. All I wanted was to show her I was hurt and in need of a friend. Needless to say, that did not end well. I thought with her in my life I could fight it. No matter how many times she blocked me, ignored me, or told me to leave her alone, I ignored all that because in my head she could cure me of this. And then I would be a regular person, just like everyone else. So when she did not want to help me, I felt hurt and even betrayed even. After all, we had been friends before all of this mess. And I may have called her a selfish bitch at times, but that was just to open her eyes and let her see that I am a person. I never stalked her in person. Everything was online. I just needed help. I felt nobody else would understand, and even though she didn't understand, I wanted to pour my heart out to her, and I wanted her to cure me. For those wondering, how the hell is she able to do that? Like, how is she supposed to be able to cure you? I was convinced that she can be the antidote. She can turn this all around and make it all go away. All I wanted was for her to say something nice to me, so I wouldn't feel invisible. I knew she didn't want things to get romantic between us. I understood that, and it didn't take me long to respect that and settle for only friendship. But she did not want that either. For anyone who has the slightest inkling as to what I am talking about, I have to say one more thing. We were friends, and then things went sour. Things went sour. When she realised I had when things went sour when she realised I had feelings for her. She has hated me ever since. Almost a 9-year battle. I tried being a hoe. I tried being perfect. I tried finding a boyfriend. I tried finding a girlfriend. I tried changing my career. I tried new hobbies. I tried making friends. I tried keeping busy. I tried being religious. I tried being spiritual. I tried doing both. I tried therapy. And nothing worked. It all just made it worse. And I see no way out for me. There is no escape for me. I feel like I'm condemned to this. Alex got out, but I never will find peace. And so, isn't it self-love to want to put myself out of misery? For those who relate to my Nick talks, I'll say this. If you died tomorrow, you will never know if Grey gets found out on Christmas because a dead person cannot watch EastEnders. You will never see your children again. You will never be able to be goofy and sing cheesy 90s songs and have a laugh. You won't feel the warmth of holding a nice cup of hot chocolate on Christmas Eve. You will never know if Rick and Michonne decide to come back to The Walking Dead. You will never hear your mother's voice again. You will never be able to hug your sister again. You will never be able to hear your brother's laugh. You will never be able to grow your hair. You will never know what was to await you in 50 years' time. You'll never know if your best friend got married. You wouldn't be around to feed your cat. You won't be able to jump around like a 5-year-old if you won the lottery, and you'll never again play the lottery. You'll never reach your dream weight loss goal. You will never taste chocolate again. You will never be able to taste your birthday cake because you no longer have birthdays. You will never know if McDonald's decides to change their dumb system. You will never travel to your dream destination. You have that you won't have that house you saw on Pinterest. It was a far reach before, but now it is impossible. You will never be able to cheer your mum up once she starts crying. You won't be there for your dad when he loses his memory. You'll never get that promotion that you worked so hard for, and you will never sing Hark the Herald Angels Sing on the White Christmas Day. You will never know the scores for the game. You'll never know if people realises that Beyonce is overrated. You will never taste your favourite meal or watch your favourite movie or meet the love of your life because you would be dead. So if your situation is like mine, you would never know if that person decides to give you a chance but cannot because it's too late. You will never know if Oprah decides to visit your area and clear everyone's bills. So if it's about money, you'd never know. Sorry guys, I'm not feeling well. If your boss treats you like crap, you'll never know if he himself got fired for being a dick and another boss comes and is willing to treat you fairly. You'll never know if your parents decided to cancel the divorce and get back together. You will never know if the man of your dreams was moving in next door to you. You would never know. Sorry. Where am I? Yeah. You would never know if your daughter opened her own business. You'd never know if your son got into Oxford University. You would never know if the woman of your dreams started working at your workplace the very next day. You'd never know if your auntie got remarried. You'll never know if your best friend got murdered by someone you could have prevented seeing if only you were there to do movie night with the girls, but because you're not there and they no longer do it, and so instead of your best friend being with you and safe, she's on a Tinder date going very wrong. You won't know if you were no longer you won't know if you were supposed to win the lottery the following week and win. You don't know because you can no longer play. You won't know if your cousin became the politician she has always wanted to be. You won't know if you were supposed to have a child. You won't know if your hair looks good with pink highlights. You won't know if you're supposed to go on holiday with your mum to Alaska. You won't be there for the surprise birthday party your colleagues has been planning. You won't be there to congratulate your uncle for getting a promotion at his firm. You won't be there to comfort your kids when they have their first broken heart. You will never know what it is like to climb Mount Everest. You won't know what it's like to carry your first child. You won't know what became of that crazy lady who sings gospel music outside of the bank. You'll never know what came of the boy who lives on your street. You will never know they got if they managed to find Madeleine McCann. You will never dress up as an Easter bunny and hop around like an idiot to make your kid laugh. You will never hold your daughter's hand on the way to school. You won't know if your son is actually a genius. You'll never know if Brexit gets cancelled or if COVID goes away. You will never kiss the love of your life. You will never get to finish watching that show on Hulu. You will never get a chance to find happiness and all or most of the things that will happen. Because life goes on. The only difference is that you will be dead. So here is what you are going to do. Plan your life each day at a time. Plan your life each day at a time. Be sure to plan it for example, tomorrow. Make sure your alarm clock goes off at 9 a.m. Make yourself the nicest breakfast in the world. Call someone who you haven't spoken to in ages. Do a morning guided meditation. Watch the 10 a.m. news. Call in sick and have a mental health day. Watch movies with a bowl of granola. Go for a jog while you listen to your favourite song on repeat. Go home and have a lovely shower and wash your hair, even if it's not hair wash day. Play your music loud and do a spring clean of your home. Dance and sing along to great music. Go out to lunch with your mum. Come home and get changed. Go on Instagram and post a nice picture. Take your kids out to McDonald's, even if it's between meals. Invite your dad over to catch up for like an hour. Put your kid to bed, light candles and call a friend and talk on the phone. Watch a happy movie and then have a lovely hot bubble bath and go to sleep. Live every day like it means something to you. You may not want to do all of that, but do at least one nice thing for yourself. At least once a day. Go for a spa day. Dye your hair purple. Go on holiday alone to Switzerland. Start a new Netflix series. Try your hardest to make your life happy. The little things are so underrated. Reading the newspaper, liking pictures on Instagram, finding new hobbies, painting. Do something once a day that is for you and only you. Don't let anything shorten your life. No matter what happened, there is always hope. You are a human being with feelings. Treat yourself with honour. You love you because you understand you. Sometimes it only takes one cheerleader to make a difference. Be that cheerleader. Go out there and get your life. All the murders, all the natural disasters, all the diseases, all the terrorist attacks happening around the world, just make sure you realise you was not killed in any of them. The universe still needs you, and you will be the best that you could be. Go on holiday, get your nails done, buy yourself a new game, eat chocolate in the morning, drink a cold beer on a sunny beach, write a book, and drink lemonade shots, apply for a new college course, order some flowers, change your job, visit your grandparents, and please live. That's all I got for today. Like, comment and subscribe.